Don Struble, Roundtable Sports. You guys are obviously tasked with air of uncertainty and quite the work ahead to secure all of your future plans. But through more of a short-term lens, how excited are you about the progress of Tropicana Field and getting this team established back in its home after an unprecedented season?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's been a little bit of my home away from home. We haven't been able to have official meetings with public officials, as Patrick mentioned, ahead of the closing of the transaction. What I have been able to do is spend a good amount of time at Tropicana Field and seeing the work that the city's been able to do and our partners at AECOM is doing and the staff to be able to get this ready. I mean, when I say they've answered the call, they have answered the call in a meaningful way, unanimously, to step up to be able to get baseball ready so we can open up here in April against the Chicago Cubs. And I think that work is really quite heroic. And when you look, of course, of what the region has been through with not one but two storms, to get the roof back on, to get the building open, we think it's going to look great in the spring. And obviously we're looking at both the short-term goals of getting back, but also finding our forever home for sure. We've got to be a little ambidextrous about the way that we operate. And I think, being focused, of course, on the long term while also keeping our eye on the ball in front of us is the task at hand, and we're up for the challenge.
Hi, Colleen Wright with the Tampa Bay Times. You mentioned that your goal is to have a world-class ballpark ready for 2029, and it would anchor, best-in-class mixed-use development. That sounds very similar to what the previous owners had in line, and it was already approved by St. Petersburg and Pinellas. Would you revisit those plans, or given the time is of the essence, does that make Tropicana Field a more attractive option?
Great question. We think, I'll take the second one, maybe Tropicana Field. I think in the short term, that's we're really excited to get back there, as Ken said. We need to be back there. We need to be in a major league ballpark. I think the team wants to be there. The fans want to be there. Long term, we're looking for our forever home, and that is in the Tampa Bay region. We believe it'll be. We need a new ballpark. I don't think that's disputed by anybody on either side of the bay. The new ballpark is critical to delivering what we want to accomplish over the long term. Yeah. Or anything to that?
Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah.
Scott Smith, Fox 13. Congratulations, gentlemen. So two-parter, the extension of a lease at the Trop, is that a discussion that's been had yet? And to follow up, you guys mentioned the high-level kind of evaluation process. Did the results of that precede, or was it contingent upon your offer in a sense? Did you pursue those, options, side options prior to making the offer for the purchase?
I think it's premature to talk about the extension on Tropicana Field. As we said, we're just eager to get right back in there in the spring and put everything we can, both, by the way, the public money going in, but the team making the commitment as well to show how committed that we are to returning to our home. And I think that's where our focus is.
Hello, Veronica Brazina with St. Pete Rising. Quick question, and again, congrats to all of you on the purchase, and welcome to Tampa Bay again. But I want to ask, what are your thoughts on the current proposals submitted by ARK Invest and their partners as well?
Yeah, I think we're digesting it. I think like everybody else is, we're familiar with the folks who have put that together. Obviously, we are, I would say, energized and encouraged by any development that's happening in the region. We look across, the entire region and are encouraged just by how much growth as you go through and see cranes and development. It's very inspiring, and so we'll have a chance to sit down and understand that proposal and obviously work alongside our partners at the city and understand what that means. But I think right now we're still in the process of digesting it. Yep.
Good morning, gentlemen. Congratulations. Tom Krasnicki from WDA Radio, the radio home of the Rays.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome. So have you gone about the process from a baseball standpoint and identifying the roster and maybe key pieces, core pieces that you'd like to maybe commit to for the long-term future?
I'll take that one.
You want it?
I just want to reiterate.
Yeah.
These guys are prohibited.
It's a short
including
answer.
Myself.
The short answer. Exactly.
Eric just had his press conference last week,
That's right.
and we we support everything he said at the press conference.
It speaks for itself. right?
And Eric and Kevin, we trust.
Yes, yes.
Hi, guys. Congratulations. Rock Riley, Tampa Free Press, WDAE. I know you said that Atlanta is like the crown jewel. That's an open-air stadium. It's a little more humid down here. Is there any possibility of a retractable roof with the new stadium that you're going to have built?
Great point on Atlanta. Truist Park is open air. We envision a fully enclosed, domed, climate-controlled, non-retractable ballpark. We think there's a lot of issues and maintenance with a retractable roof. Most of the owners we've talked to would actually now recommend against it. They wish they hadn't done it. But we envision a fully enclosed, which we think becomes a world-class concert venue. 150, 180 events a year. We really think this is something that could be much, much greater and more encompassing than just a ballpark.
One more question.
Well, Ken, Patrick, we heard a lot from you. Bill, I wanted to hear from you for a second.
Sure.
I know you mentioned a lot of your experiences here in Tampa Bay, especially with the Gasparilla Bowl.
Right.
How has that experience been? What have you kind of noticed about the community here, and what will your role be with this ownership group?
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. So it's been wonderful. Tampa reminds me of kind of a Midwestern town where I'm from. The people are warm, wonderful, very prideful of the area of Tampa Bay. And so for our family, it's always felt like home. I think that for my role in this organization, for the most part, this is the way I look at it. I think it'll evolve. Ken has his, he's the CEO. He's running day to day, running the business operation. Everything revolves around him. Patrick, being the control person, speaks for itself. I think I'm here to be another set of ears and eyes for both of them, interact with them, help them out. Us three, we really have a great open discussion. We're a team. It's not really individuals, we're a team. I think I'm looking forward to the impact within the organization. As I said earlier, I have been in awe of the people and the quality of the people and their commitment to Tampa Bay and winning. So I'm looking forward to building those relationships deeper and really adding value anywhere I can.